Yeah, what's up everybody? After midnight here, and I've got some UFC 4 gameplay. So the way I was able to play this game early is through the EA Access Unlimited trial, or 10-hour trial, sorry. So if you have EA Access, it's $5 a month or $30 for the year. Now when you do that, you can download the full game of this, so the full entire UFC 4 game. You get to play 10 hours worth, and after 10 hours, it's a 10-hour trial. You can purchase it or your time is up. Now, I did get EA access, not just exclusively for this game, but for Madden 21 when that drops. I'd like to play Madden Ultimate Team a little bit earlier, but let's talk about some UFC 4 stuff. So I played the shit out of UFC 2 and 3. I wasn't a big fan of the Ultimate Team, but we're going to talk about career mode here. So we have Asian Bob Saget going against this random guy at like a little outdoor event, which is pretty cool. So the venues and stuff at the start of the game are a lot different. Career mode is similar, but they changed up a lot of things. You have a lot more amateur fights. Now, I played on not the hardest difficulty, but the third from the highest. The big difference between those two is if you lose on the one I'm on, I can reset and I can see the player HUDs. The highest one, you can't see that, and I was like, I am not that good at this game yet, so play on the higher one. But here you can see me changing everything. So they changed a lot with the grappling system, was a big update in this game. So UFC 3, they overhauled the striking very well. This one is the grappling system. Here I'm using the basic grappling controls. As you can see, they launched 2 new mini games for the submission. So anytime you have your opponent in a joint lock, this is the one that pops up. You hit the L2 or R2 button to kind of put your Keller over there. As you see the bottom of it, mine is the blue Keller. I have to put it over the red, which is his. He has the escape. I have the submit. So my jiu-jitsu stats were very not so good at the start of this game, so it was really hard to get submissions. It's easier to get chokeholds if you damage your opponent's head. So if you hit the shit out of him when you're standing up, do a lot of damage to his head, then go for like a guillotine or anaconda choke or something, it's a lot easier to submit him compared to when his head health is perfectly good. It's really hard to get. That's why you see I lost that joint lock back there. And they have some different controls for the grappling. I was a little bummed out that the control system for the like passing guard on the positions and stuff kind of stayed the same. They dumbed it down a little bit, but for the most part it's the same. And I play on you can play on the new one, hybrid or legacy. I use hybrid. It's a mixture of both of them, but they kind of just dumb down like the positions and stuff, so people who aren't too knowledgeable on like grappling and like the intricacies of the positions and everything, you kind of know what you're doing, and then as you learn more and stuff through the training, you could always change it if you want to. But yeah, that's why you see, like I said, I always like to make my guy a jiu-jitsu or a wrestler for career mode to start off, just because if you make him a boxer or a kickboxer, if you play in the normal difficulty, you could probably get away with it, but when you play on the highest one, if you get taken on the ground, you're just fucked, man. You can't get out of anything. They just dominate you on the ground. So they changed the takedowns too. It's the L2 in square button for a single, or L2 in triangle for a powerful double once you unlock that. You can see, go back to the mini game here for that. And like I said, this mini game really fun. The other one I wasn't a fan of at the start, but it is a little bit better than UFC 3's. UFC 3's were that we had to hit like the left and right sticks at certain times. It just wasn't really fun. The choke submissions in this one, like I said, the minigame's not the greatest, but it's a lot funner. And like I said, how I found out to do better, just do more damage to your opponent's head before you go for chokes. And then you could always go for like leg kicks and stuff too, and then try to get him in like a heel hook or a knee bar or something. But you're not going to learn those moves till much later on in your career mode. But like I said, I played about 8 hours of this game so far. I really enjoy it. It probably will get repetitive, and if you're a fan of UFC 3 and you're on the fence about buying this one, I definitely recommend spending $5 on EA Access and trying out. You get the full game. You get pretty far in career mode. Like I said, I'm playing on a higher difficulty. I've defended about like 5 times, and I'm just about to move up in weight classes. I just didn't play that title fight yet because I haven't had time. But yeah, this game launches on the 14th, so like 3 or 4 days away. My original plan was to not buy it and to get Madden 21 and to get this when it comes out, or when it drops in price, but I really enjoy it. The one thing I will say is I didn't get to try out the online yet. It's all in the trial too. I was not a fan of Ultimate Team in UFC 3. It was just very stupid how they did it. I'm hoping they made it better in this one, but either way, I'm going to buy the game. Career mode, it's still really fun. They added a lot of new stuff. I know it gets repetitive and everything, but as far as fighting games and like fighting simulations, I mean, this is the only one you're going to get for MMA really, and it is a fun game. As you can see, they changed the clinch system too, which is pretty cool, and they changed a lot of the ways you train for fights. So before, you would pretty much just have to like, it'd be like, oh, I'll hold this position for 10 seconds and then the thing would end. So now it's a bad example. So you're doing the boxing training and it says land 15 hooks on your opponent. It gives you a 2-minute time limit to land 15 hooks. So you land those 15 hooks in 30 seconds. you still have the last minute and a half to just keep beating up on your opponent and like just sparring and doing whatever like that, and that actually changes your health for the game. So it'll take your fitness from poor all the way to like moderate, high, normal, and like excellent. So you spend a lot more time doing the training, which I didn't like at first, but it's something to get used to, and it teaches you moves and everything. The way you learn new moves too, it's all completely different. You can invite fighters over, build relationships with them. You spend your little promotion points. All that stuff from UFC 3 is the same. It's just overhauled, and like I said, you can still do regular sparring, but more so the sparring is after you learn a new move or after you do a challenge to get new attributes. You kind of just do it after that. So here you can see some of the simplified grappling. There you can see if you hold R2, it lets you block his transition. It's the same in UFC 3. Here it just has leg locks and the dumbed down one. I think it'll tell you if it's like a knee bar or what it is if you do the hybrid or legacy grappling. So not too much to talk about here. Kind of running out of stuff to say here, but yeah, man, this game, it's going to get a lot of shit, but I enjoy it. Like I said, I was a fan of UFC 3. It just gets very competitive and everything, but fun game, man. So, Asian Bob Saget. And why is my character an Asian Bob Saget? Because I didn't want to spend 2 hours changing what he looked like or anything. He had the default of a slightly oriental face, so I was like, we're going with it, and I don't want to put my real name in here because I'm going to upload this to YouTube, so why not use the great Bob Saget, one of the staple shitty actors on a family sitcom. Actually, Bob Saget, if you guys watched his like appearance on Rogan a couple weeks ago, Bob Saget was actually like a pretty fucking dirty comedian. He actually has some good jokes and stuff, but he just like played up the whole Family Man shit just for the money. Here's another cool thing: when you sting somebody and they get hurt, the screen flashes red a little bit here too. I think I wanted him to stand up, which the refs will stand him up. If you have a problem with that, where you knock somebody down and it's not forcing him to stand, just back up, and eventually the ref will like force him to stand up. And you can always taunt him too. It just like pisses him off and fucks with your opponent. But like you said, man, game's pretty fun. The clinch controls are a little bit different. Grappling, slightly modified. 2 new mini games for the submissions. And here, just attacking the shit out of his legs, which seems to be the thing to do. You keep throwing leg kicks, and you can see now my leg's a little hurt here. But yeah, I'll go over everything. Stamina and stuff's the same too. If you're trying to run down your opponent's stamina, like I said, if you make a wrestler or a jiu-jitsu character, take them down, get in the top mount, and if you hold R2 with a little block transition thing comes up, block all their transitions, throw 1 or 2 punches, just hold that in and keep blocking because it just drains the shit out of their stamina meter. And here you can see your stats actually increase when you land punches in training and in fights. So here we go with a nice little 3rd round knockout to end my first fight here as an amateur. So fun little fight. Have no clue why this guy's wearing a long sleeve rash guard. That's kind of weird, but whatever. Maybe he's got a fat little stomach and he doesn't want to show it off here, but I think he'd be in shape for an MMA fight. So great win for my man. Here is I don't know. I think that was my coach. I didn't really follow the story. I recorded all this shit, and I was I may have been drinking a little bit. So yeah, I was having some drinks, so I kind of was like, I'm just fuck this story, because what I'm going to do when this game actually comes out, I'm going to start a new career mode, and I'll put that on YouTube, or I'll probably stream it on Twitch or something. So hit the subscribe button if you like this, guys. More videos to come detailing everything, clinching, grappling, striking, ultimate team, career mode, all that shit, how to level up your character, how to learn new moves, how to do all that shit. So thanks for watching. All right, peace. Oh, I guess I didn't choose my difficulty till the end. Alright, scratch that. I just sucked that game. Yeah, I think I choose hard or whatever. And you can always change your difficulty too. You can see the difference between hard and legendary. Like I said, it's pretty much the same. You just get no restarts and you don't have the health HUD. So you can kind of tell when you rock them, but you can't really tell when you're like doing solid damage to them. So thanks for watching, guys. Peace out. Hit the subscribe button. Alright.